Good evening, everybody. It's your boy MA. I know I ain't did a stream in about a good solid month or so. Just want to say, what's up. What up, though, to the family? Shout out to the subs. Shout out to the subscribers. Those that listen religiously. Those that are just stopping by to check in. Share the video. Hang on. Those that listen religiously. Those that listen religiously or in passing. Thanks for stopping by and supporting the channel. I ain't gonna be too long today. I know I've been wanting to do this stream for a couple weeks now, but I've been so busy with my work schedule, so it's been kind of hectic. So let's get this started. Y'all know what it is. It's the MA channel. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the like button, share the video. The likes are free. How everybody doing this evening? Those that will catch the back end or the end of the stream on a restream, I should say. I'm a little exhausted, so I'm gonna try to be brief as possible. As I was trying to set up my mic, I kind of like broke my Rode mic, so I'm kind of pissed off right now. This is an actual professional studio mic, and I'm kind of like rigging it where I can, you know, talk to the people. All right. The title of the day is What I've Learned in the Year of 2021 and what I will lead to going to 2022. So first off, let me say Happy New Year. I know I'm a little late. Happy New Year to everybody. For those that celebrate New Year's, Happy New Year's. Even though we know in popular culture, most people celebrate their New Year's in the spring. But for those that does, Happy New Year. And we're gonna have a great New Year, which I plan on to anyway myself. What did I learn in 2021? What did I learn? What did I learn? I learned that if you're not really on top of your health, if you're not really on top of your finances, stuff I've been saying, you're gonna sink. You're gonna sink pretty bad, and you're not gonna have anything to back on. So, what I have done is I've been investing my money from time to time. I've been investing my money. I'm also been saving my money so I can at least get out the cities. That's the goal for mine is to get out the cities and eventually get some land somewhere and live my life. That's my lifetime plan. To get some land, some property, something that is mine, something I can own, somewhere I can, grow food and stuff like that. But needless to say, if you're not on your financial game, if you're not doing anything to save money or invest money, because it's kind of hard to save money nowadays due to this fluctuating economy. So my advice is to you is to invest money. I don't care if it's stocks, bonds, mutual funds, whatever you need to do. It's money to get out here. Do what you need to do. You know, get out of debt. You know, heard people say get out of debt. You know, at least be in the minimum amount of debt so you don't have to owe everybody. Because the worst thing you'll want to do is to be in a position of being financial. Well, a lot of people are financially illiterate, where you don't have the means or the finances or the ability to even pay your own day-to-day living expenses. which is lights, gas, food, whatever. And I also learned in 2021 that if you don't vet people, if you let any and everybody come in your life and they don't show not 1 ounce of sincerity, you may be on the back burner. You may be getting taken advantage of. So I humble myself and I humble and tell my subs, those that are listening, to really humble themselves and really vet who you encounter with. Whether it's people on your job, whether it's people that you see on a regular, whether it's people you associate with passing. You have to vet those people, man, because those people, they may seem genuine, but they might not have the best interests in hand for you. They might appear to be your friend, but they're not your friend. They could be just, like I say, Judases in disguise. So I've learned that too as well. I learned that I might have a handful of people. I hate using the word depend, but I have a handful of people that I can depend on to lend an ear. I'm not gonna say borrow money, but lend an ear, or times where I can use to speak as far as my issues or what's going on in my life or vice versa. So you have to use that discernment in this year, in these years of coming, because we don't have the time. The time is of the essence, and time waits for nobody. I done said this also in countless and countless of streams and in recorded videos, you know, that we don't have the time or the luxury to be bullshitting. 40 and slip, but hey, we don't have enough time to bullshit. So I'm speaking to people that has the like mindedness of self. You know, if you have ability to do for self, if you have ability to save your money and invest properly and invest in things that are tangible that you can use, please do so. You know, I'm working on things as I speak. That's one reason why I haven't been able to do live streams or pre-recorded videos, because I haven't had the time. I've been working, both my jobs and doing other stuff, you know. But that's one thing. And another thing I've learned, man, is about branding, man. You have to beat a brand. You have to use your brand, study your brand, use your brand to the best of your abilities if you want to generate revenue. Like my AOD podcast with K Butter. Guess what, folks? We got shirts now. When we do a stream, I'm probably gonna post a shirt on there, the AOD, and I hope you guys like it. But yeah, we're in the process of coming out with shirts and hats as far as merchandise. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, be the brand. Learn how to market your brand. Even me, I'm learning as we speak how to market my brand. Even with the Streamlabs set up here, I'm learning new things. As you can see, when you look at the screen, it's a little different now. It's not no blank screen with, just my face or my avatar on the screen. So I'm starting to get a little creative. I'm starting to learn some creative juices and some creative flows. And another thing I want to share before I go in more in deep into the content of the video, uh, RP David Carroll. I've been meaning to do a video on this. I've been meaning to, shout the man out, but RP David Carroll, correction, Dr. David Michael Carroll. His content can be very very distasteful. It can be very blunt, and it can have a very, very harsh view of reality. I want to shout out to David Carroll because David Carroll was the reason why he changed the way I think now. The things I used to think, the liberal mindsets in my head I used to have back in the day, all the blaming the white man and all that. I don't blame the white man as such. Dr. David Carroll came with his own studies and his own critiques on how to view the community. And I respect him for that. And I thank him for that, for helping me change my political views, change the way I see certain religious views, and know that I was just asleep as anybody else. And know that even in his passing, before he passed, he said if you're in 2021 or 2022 or whatever, and you're trying to still vote Democrat and Republican, and you're black, chances are, man, you ain't learned nothing. You still don't get it. You still sipping through the Kool-Aid. So basically, I got re-politically educated to learn these things. Now I know the basis of a political structure. I know due to him, if you don't have your finances together, you will never come up politically in this country. Whether you white, black, Hispanic, Mexican, whatever. If you don't have your views, and he was a stone cold conservative, but hearing this from a conservative mind like David Carroll to say if you vote Democratic or Republican, it doesn't benefit you in 2021, that right there is a mouthful. That there was a tough pill to swallow. And, his content could be kind of harsh. It could be hard to the ear. And yes, he was hard on black women, but he was majority hard on us, on black men. Because he consider us lazy. He consider us victims. And when you got to the root cause of the problem, if you listen to his content, you will see why black men and black women act the way they do. So I want to thank Dr. David Carroll for that, man. I appreciate the harsh critiques. I appreciate the harsh content. I appreciate those videos because I learned a lot from those videos. Those videos has really mold and shift my way of thinking. Now I know what the next generation is going to breed if you don't change your way of thinking. Even a famous revolutionary said, shout out to Gil Scott Hurl, revolution starts in the mind. But if you don't have a mind to think or think freely, you will always be a sheep or a sheeple. So you have to think for yourself. This is what Malcolm X taught. This is what Malcolm X believed. Doesn't matter what political side or religious side you on. It's about doing for your people and thinking for yourself, making things make sense. You know what I'm saying? You have to put things in different perspectives. You know, like people that go to church, you have to try spirits. You have to try the spirit. You have to do your proper discernment. Like certain YouTubers that I used to be down hard listens to, I don't really listen to them no more because their message don't match what they doing. and they starting to shift through the other side. One thing about Dr. David Carroll, he didn't switch to the other side. He stood right there in the middle, and it was harsh. It was rough, but he had irrefutable evidence. 85, I give it a fair number. Well, 75 to 85% of his content was true. It was true, and he broke it down way simple, so simple where a fifth grader can retain this. It wasn't hard to understand his speech. It wasn't hard. He made it. He was intellectual, but he made it properly understandable where anyone can understand this stuff. But it was up to you to retain it, and it was up to you to accept it. And that's the harsh reality of people in general. We hate the truth because truth sounds like hate nowadays to those that hate the truth. And the way he was explaining it, where it's too much information out here where you can go to your smartphone and basically do primarily a Google search or whatever you need to find out. Now, I'm not saying Google is the only way to find out information, but it starts from there. Then the rabbit hole gets deeper. Then it's books. Then it's certain videos. It gets deeper when you go deep into the problem where it affects Black America today. So thank you, Dr. Carroll. You know, we appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you, man. And with that, man, I've chose myself in his honor to be more of a student, man. More of a student of history. Study more of your history. If you can learn anything from this video or get anything from David Carroll, whatever, study your history. Do your thorough research on why things are what they are today if you do your history. You know, learn why the community is such recycle. All we're doing is recycling our youth. All we're doing is recycling our offspring, and that's why we have chaos. So if you could take anything from this video, man, do your history, man. Do your research. You know, some good scholars out here that know what they talking about and they know what they mean, man. So please, brothers, do your research, man. Do your research. Sisters too. This ain't just for black men. Sisters too. Do your research. Do your research and go from there. And question it. You know, as our parents don't know everything. Our parents only going by what they've been taught for years. So it's time to bridge that gap. Now it's time for you to think more independent. Understand, why is it like this? It should be like this, but why is it like this? Why are things or what they are, man? You know, it's okay. It's okay to question things, you know. All right. But another thing that I learned in 2021, and I kind of learned this a few years ago, but if you're gonna listen to the mainstream media in 2021, chances are you still sipping on the Kool-Aid. Stop listening to these worldwide mainstream media outlets. They're good for some things, but they're not good for all things. Because 90 to 95% of the mainstream media today, like your local news and stuff like that, they're not giving factual information. That's why you have to go to like an independent route. I'm not saying whether it's conservative or liberal. I'm just saying go to an independent source of media where there are a balance. I like my facts straight down the middle. Whether you liberal or conservative, keep it on the facts. Keep your feelings out of this. Keep your mama out of this. Keep it in the middle. Keep it factual. Try to make it truthful as we possibly can. But I like my media truthful. That's why I hate listening to certain news outlets. Certain news outlets I really don't listen to and I really don't care for because I know they have an agenda to pass. They have an agenda to pass. This their agenda, and this is what they like to do. And the agenda is not to favor men. Period. That's what it is. And I ain't just talking just black men. We just the scapegoat. But men in general, it doesn't favor men. It doesn't have their best interest for men. Unless you like, shout out to Kwame Brown. Go along, get along gang. If you ain't with the go along, get along gang, then you all right with me. Not saying don't listen to it, but when you're constantly listening to it, day after day after day after day, you're giving those people that ability to mold and shape your train of thinking and to mold to shape your life. That's why the media is dangerous. That's why any news outlet was dangerous. Like my old supervisor told me, man, he told me, man, the stuff that because he was an old Detroit cop. I'm not gonna give his name, but he's my supervisor. He told me all the crime that happened back in the 70s, late 60s, they might have reported maybe 10, 15% of it. Back then. Back then. Which was happens now when you go on the media, that's what they display. This is what they're feeding you. This is what they're feeding through your airwaves, your to that TV, that big one-eye monster screen right there. So if you could take anything from learning from 2021 and you still listening to certain media, certain things that you know they're not telling the truth, chances are you might still be a sheep. Chances are. Okay, another thing. I'm going to drop a couple more things, then I might end the stream. 'Cause I ain't gonna be too long. I ain't gonna take too much of people's time. So another thing, you guys, I don't know how to say this. You guys, man, listen. Whether y'all believe in COVID-19 or not, and I'm trying to be clean here. I'm trying to not use misinformation so my video won't get flagged or my stream won't get flagged. Those that's listening, hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Hit that like button. We've been dealing with this crap for 2 years, damn near 2 years. Just because you have a strong disagreement of something dealing with that Coco 19 situation, a lot of people take it serious, whether I agree or not. You got people before this happened, this pandemic happened, of course, that weren't even practicing proper hygiene. So my thing is, you got people. Even people that are at work don't even wash their hands. They don't use hands. They don't do none of that, man. That falls on the individual. You don't need a guide to know how to use proper hygiene. That shows that shows an act of carelessness. If dang, I use the bathroom, but he can't even wash his hands, and he could be taking a number two. This is what people do in the public restrooms. They do this crap all the time, man. That's why I say, you know what? I don't use the public restroom like that. Yeah, if I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta go. But most of these bathrooms are horrible. So it's reeking with germs. Because everybody know everything you touch is a germ. Whether you wash your hands, whether you sanitize your hands, whatever you do, it's still germs. And I'm a germaphobe, man. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like germs, man. I like to be clean much as possible. Even when I use the bathroom just to take a leak, I like to at least wash my hands. Do basic hygiene. And most men, women too, do not practice basic hygiene, man. You got guys that don't brush their own teeth. These got guys that just don't care about themselves, man. We ain't talking about the guys that's homeless. We ain't talking about the people that's homeless. We talking about people that's working class, that actually have an ability to take care of themselves. Don't even practice proper hygiene or hygiene habits. Use those hygiene habits, man. You should not be in your mid 20s or 30s talking about some you don't like washing your hands. Well, guess what? I'm not coming over your house. You ain't gotta invite me. And a lot of people I work with are trifling. That's a huge turnoff. That's the worst thing you want to do is to deal with someone that doesn't proper hygiene. That comes in your house, you done prepare food, and he just go ahead and get a plate. Don't wash his hands. Don't use the bathroom. None of that. That's something you don't want to deal with. So yeah, man. Practice your hygiene, man. Practice hygiene, man. Period. It's too much soap out here. It's too much hand sanitizer out here for you guys not to practice proper hygiene, man. To not pass anything. That's the worst thing I want to do, to pass anything to anybody. Because I feel like this: if you're sick, you can't work. When you're sick, you useless. In so many words, there's nothing we can do for you. Even if you work for yourself, if you're ill, you can't do nothing. You can't generate money for yourself if you're sick. So why don't we be more proactive than reactive? For those, y'all know it's wintertime, y'all know it's flu season, y'all know it's COVID, whatever. Take you some herbs. Take you some vitamins. Vitamin C's. Vitamin C's, vitamin E's, man. This proper basic stuff that you can take, man. Indonesia, zinc, vitamins. I take my vitamins every day, man. Even though I was taking vitamins, but since this Coco 19 crap, I've been taking my vitamins. I increased my doses on vitamins. Vitamin C's. Got plenty of emergency, plenty of cold medicine. This is stuff that you keep stored in your house. So when you feel under the weather, you ain't gotta worry about going to no freaking CVS or Walgreens. Your stuff right here at home. I keep my green teas, my black teas. I keep all that in the house. So if I gotta use it, it's there to my disposal. That's the proactiveness because you're preparing. And what you can bring in 2022, you have to have proper preparedness. You have to prepare for whatever situation it is. You got to always have an umbrella, man. If you don't learn how to properly prepare yourself, then then how do you gonna live life? How you gonna continue to make moves and you can't even readjust or properly not make the same mistakes? Now I know not making the same mistakes can be challenging and quite difficult. It can be. Hell, it can become a habit. This is how habits are born. But yeah, do that, man. Do that. Take your vitamins, man. Summer, winter, spring, fall, winter. Take your vitamins. Take them. This stuff can help you. This stuff can save your life. You ain't got to worry about another thing. I'm glad I'm getting to this. Perfect segue. Yo, this ain't medical advice. I ain't no doctor. I ain't no nurse. I ain't even a tech. Yo, those that go into these freaking hospital for these damn COVID tests, for these damn non-emergency injuries, stay the hell from the ER. That's another thing I learned from 2021. Really a couple years back, but we can say 2021. The wait time has been ridiculous in those ERs, dude. I'm telling you, man. Who the hell wanna wait 8 to 12 hours for cutting my finger? Because I possibly got a cold or my arm hurt. Dude, you got urgent care. You got PCPs, primary care physicians. Those that got that government assistance, that government insurance, or even insurance at your employer. Use that insurance to get proper Medicare, medical treatment. Instead of coming to the emergency, wasting valuable time just to get treated for a hand or a foot. Not to say it's not an emergency. I'm just saying you don't want to be in the ER when you got people that got way more severe injuries or severe medical issues than you do. Why subject yourself in a hospital for 12 to 24 hours when you can go to your primary health care, which it's a Google search away or a phone search away, or you can find another doctor. You don't come to emergency for a toothache. You go to the dentist. Where I work, they have a dentistry where you can just walk in, sign in, and get your teeth together. So it's not no excuse to keep going to the ER, waiting countless hours to get treated to be seen. So those that like to do that, those that want a COVID test, guess what? They're not doing it at the COVID test no more. They're not doing it at the hospitals. That's why they got urgent cares. They got CVS, Rite Aid. Hell, they even open in my city at Cobo or what they call it, the TCU Center. They didn't open it back up where you can get free COVID testing. That's the case. You don't have to necessarily wait for a 8 to 12 hour COVID result test where you have assurance they're gonna treat you or they're gonna bill you as an ER visit. So now you wasting countless time. Now they're gonna bill your insurance company. Now you're gonna waste money. We gotta think outside the box here. So no, do not be in these hospitals unless you're having a severe heart attack or a severe asthma attack, unless you're shot, stabbed, and you're bleeding to death, then all means go to the hospital. You're in a bad car wreck or a bad car accident, all means go to a hospital. Anything that revives of emergency, yes, go to the ER. But if it's a non-emergency, get you a PCP, man. Get you a primary care physician. That's why doctors got private practices. This is why most doctors become doctors. They don't just stay in the ER forever. They become private care physicians. This is what they want to do. This is what they want to do, have their own clinic to do their own clinicals. So why not give that doctor a shot? You ain't necessarily got to go to any doctor. It's your choice. But if you a person like me that don't really have time to be sitting in a freaking ER for 8 to 12 hours, then guess what? I go to my primary care. I call them, make an appointment. Can you give me an early appointment, your convenience? Sure. But those that's watching in passing or on the restream, hit the like button. But those were just a couple things I wanted to address right quick before I get off air. Things I wanted to address, you know. Shout out to K Butter. I haven't forgot, man. We got an AOD podcast stream coming real soon. I want to do one Wednesday since I'm off Wednesday. I do want to do an AOD stream, and I want to show you guys. With those that's been on my Facebook page, y'all probably seen the AOD podcast logo, but I will display it on one of our AOD streams. And the merch is coming. You know, I got shirts, I got hats, and we come with hoodies too. But I do got the shirts. I'm working on the shirts and I'm working on the hats. So that's what's coming down the pipe. We're gonna do more interviews on the AOD podcast. That's coming down the pipe. More interviews, more streams, more story time, more content. And I need to come out with a certain day where I can do content on that day. I'm gonna do more solo content. I'm gonna do more sports podcasts with Mr. Chase. We are gonna get it in this year. I'm gonna try to put dozens and dozens of videos out here. It's a lot of things that's going on the internet right now that I need to address that are hot topics. Those that want me to address hot topics, you can you can DM me, you can messenger me, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and I can come up with some topics to address or send me some videos and I can assess the video before I address it, and then I can come with my or stimulate or form my opinion. You know, I wasn't gonna be too long with y'all. Thank you for listening. Those that came through it, those that's passing, hit the like button, share the video. You know, you guys have a good one. Stay positive. Hope 2022 be a great year for you. Guys, stay blessed. Stay out of trouble. Stay focused. Get healthy far as health, far as mind wise, as far as mind state. We got to get more healthy in our minds as well. You know, a healthy body comes a healthy mind. So, you know, because mental health is on the rise. I know I keep saying it, but mental health is definitely on the rise. And I definitely got to do a part two of that. That's coming soon because mental health is on the rise, and this COVID crisis is not making it no better. So I plan on doing some more interviews. Y'all hit that like button. I'm going to end it. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace and blessings. Stay well, stay blessed. Steady mind is a steady grind. Stay prospering. Stay on your grind. Stay tight. Stay focused. Deuces.